this is part of the health issues I was speaking of while I was going through Pretty Little Liars, right? Okay. So when I mean it was documented, it was like the changes that were happening to me were documented on camera.
Sasha Pieterse is reflecting on the health challenges she faced during her time filming Pretty Little Liars. On a new episode of Taylor Lautner and his wife Tay Lautner's podcast, The Squeeze, the actress shed light on the struggles she faced and her eventual diagnosis with polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS. Sasha told Taylor and Tay that she never had a regular period, and that at 15 or 16, when she was a few seasons into PLL, she started noticing a difference in her metabolism.
At 17, I gained 70 pounds in a year.
Wow.
And for no reason, there was no explanation for it.
The Freeform star went to more than a dozen doctors, but wasn't getting any answers, and at one point was blamed for her situation.
I went up to over 15 gynecologists, and they all told me, one gynecologist told me to my face that I was lying, that I must be eating terribly and I must be doing everything wrong because look at you, is essentially what he said. I just wanted somebody to test my blood. I was like, I just see, you know, like this is what's, I've never had a regular period. I feel weird. Like every time I work out, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I don't get those happy endorphins that people should get from working out. I feel physically ill when I eat things that are like actually good for me. It was the most frustrating experience because, and disheartening because no matter what I did, no matter how well I behaved, no matter how great I treated my body, things were actually getting worse rather than better. It was very, very confusing.
After a long period of searching for answers, she finally got to see an endocrinologist who diagnosed her with PCOS, a hormone disorder that can have many different effects.
It could be your period. It could be weird hair growth. It could be major gastro issues. It could be crazy cysts on your ovaries. It could be weight gain, all the other things that I mentioned with diet and exercise. But some women have all of them. Some women have a couple of them. Some women have one of them. So for instance, I never had cysts on my ovaries, which is, thank God, that's a blessing. Yeah. But I had a lot of those outward symptoms that everyone could see.
One thing PCOS can affect is fertility. And Sasha kept that in mind when she and her husband were trying for their first child.
We were just kind of bracing ourselves. We were like, let's take the stress off. It's probably going to take us over a year anyway. We might need help. Let's start this process. Well, we got pregnant within the first month.
Sasha shared details on her pregnancy and how giving birth to her son Hendrix adjusted her hormones.
I had a difficult pregnancy, but it really wasn't that bad. I didn't get gestational diabetes or anything like that a lot of women do get when they have PCOS. So that was really lucky. And miraculously, Hendrix regulated my hormones. Oh, wow. And it happens in a very small percentage of women, but essentially my PCOS is dormant.
Sasha isn't Rosewood's only IRL mom. Troyan Belisario is a mom of 2 daughters, and so is Shay Mitchell. Back in 2021, before Shay got pregnant with her second child, she told Access Hollywood all about life as a mom of 1 and revealed the inspiration behind her daughter Atlas's name.
Her name is Atlas.
Atlas, yes.
Great name. What's the significance behind the name?
Honestly, we stole it from a friend.
Really?
She had a daughter a year before, and she was giving us name suggestions for what she should do. And I was like, wait a minute, what'd you just say? She's like, Atlas. I'm like, yeah, no, call your daughter this, and we stole Atlas.
Oh, so okay, good. So you didn't really steal it, because stealing it would be if she named her Atlas.
We didn't steal it.
That was good. I like that move, though.
Stole the idea, but yeah.
Do you still have a whole list of baby names? They're so fun to come up with.
They are, but I got her middle name from Twitter. Thanks.
What's
Shout out
that?
to somebody, Noah, N-O-A, though.
Oh, I like that.
So I hadn't heard of Noah being spelled that way,
Yeah,
and
like
I literally saw
Polynesian.
it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks.
Atlas Noah.
Yeah.
What is she up to?
She is counting in Spanish and in English now. So she literally just counted to 10, and I was like,
Muy
are you a little
bien.
savant? Almost 2? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
And tell everybody that we were laughing because I just love how real this is. How when you first have your first baby, you take 1,000 pictures when they're newborns, and you realize as they get older and even cuter, you look back at the photo albums of like one eye open, and they really weren't that
And
cute.
then you don't print them.
Yeah, and then you don't print them. But she is going to look back and say, why did you put that scaly photo of me up? But hey, I mean, still cute.
No, that is so, those eyes right there. Oh my goodness.
Now,
Thank you.
I've heard, Shay, you've got like a no stress approach when it comes to parenting. Please explain.
Kind of, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think there's any like perfect way to do it, right? Obviously, you guys know. So it's kind of like, instead of stressing about it, we're going to figure it out. And if anything, it's going to be a funny story later on. So
That's such a great attitude for a first-time mom. because oftentimes, or even as a dad, you know, you're reading everything. You hear something when they're at night, and you're checking it.
Yeah.
Now 3 kids in, I'm like, he's fine.
He's good.
He's good.
So I have that approach with the first one. I don't know how.
No, that's
but
great.
I'm kind of just like, you're fine.
I was the worst kind. I was the one that thought I was a laid-back first-time mom, but I was a total helicopter nervous Nelly with the first.
I mean,
but in my mind, I'm like, I'm so laid back.
chill.
And I was like, I watched her in preschool for 3 hours. I never left the window. I know. I got better by the 3rd.
I love
And you and your boyfriend,
Yeah.
I heard there's like kind of similarities with J-Lo and Ben Affleck
Yes.
in a way. Is this a round 2
this
sort of
may
deal?
be like a round 3. I don't know. There's been a couple rounds. We've known each other, well, since I was 19. Yes. And so, yeah, we, you know, came together, separated, came together, separated. Maybe there is a little bit of J-Lo Ben over here.
Why does it work so well? Because there's such the history there. So how was the double back, right? I think there's something really special about that.
It's cool that we've known each other for so long. So I love having the history part because I know so much about them. And, you know, you don't find that later on when you meet somebody later on. But he knows kind of my whole past, and so do I. And 3rd time's a charm. I mean, hey.
And the birdcage door open is kind of nice. You have to continuously work on your relationship. I like that. Keep them on his toes.
People ask about the marriage thing, and we're not really in a rush. I kind of like that. I'm like, I'm choosing you every day. So the one time you met, that could go for me too. You know what I'm saying? Deuces.
You're out.
Yeah, it's just fun. It works for us.
Good
so
for
hey,
you. We have a beautiful little baby, so it looks like everything's going great.
the cutest.
Speaking of beauty, we know you love things all beauty. Tell us about this new fragrance that you're working with. You're the face and spokesperson.
Yes, for Cacharel.
Ooh,
I love saying it.
Wait, you say it so beautiful.
Thank you. This is the 4th fragrance in the collection for Yes I Am, and I love this one. I mean, I love the bottle, obviously. It's really pretty.
I love the bottle.
But the notes in it are like peach, magnolia, cream with sandalwood undertones, so it's just a really nice, light, fresh fragrance. And it's my last thing I do before I leave.
Do you have a? Because I was going to spray it on. They said you have a way
like a
to
lipstick
do it.
case,
Oh no, there's
right?
this is a lipstick case,
yes.
but this is I have to demonstrate.
Okay, yeah, you have to demo.
Stand.
Show us. Okay.
All right. So this is my way of spraying it every
First
single
of all,
time.
look how cute you look. Adorable outfit.
Yeah,
There we go, Miss Shay.
But I just do a couple spritzes. So you just want to spritz.
Oh, wow. That's like a fashion runway deal right there.
That's so
A good little
Really?
before you walk out.
Okay,
you know
wait,
what I'm
just
saying?
spray a little
So
my
you
direction.
don't like to get in there, huh?
No, I just like it like
Oh, that's good,
Mario's
Mario.
gonna smell
Do you
real
smell it?
fresh
Smells
after this.
really nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
smells really
that is
nice.
so fresh.
So it's
I
just like
love
super
that.
light, and that's what I love. And yeah, the
Yeah.
other fragrances in the collection
needed
are
that
all very
around here.
unique.
We needed that. That was good right there. Okay, wait. While we have you, any other beauty tips you could share? They're like quick beauty tips you could share with everybody today.
Oh gosh, I mean, after quarantine, I mean, I've just been masking. I think we all have, right? It was a nice little reprieve from having glam done every single day, even though I love it. But I feel like just masking and like that kind of thing, I'm really big into oils. So like,
Oils.
when I was pregnant,
Yeah.
you know, we were lathering up on oils, of course, but I've continued
Like
to follow that
for
through.
smelling?
Body.
Oh,
No,
body
sorry.
oil.
So like vitamin E's, jojoba,
Oh,
like
got it.
all of that. I'm big
Do you hear that,
into-
guys? Oils, write it down.
Okay. Congratulations on everything.
Yeah,
Thank you.
this
On
is
everything.
great.
That's
Tell
awesome.
Atlas
much.
hello
Ah.
for us.